Castro will be going against Ryan Turk in the top 16. Who is advancing on from this battle? We got Odi Bakchis, Jonathan Hurst, the pride of Paducah, versus Odi Bakchis, who is always a contender for the championship. Good shifting from him, doesn't get all the way out there. Jonathan Hurst doing a really good job of mimicking the line of Odi Bakchis. You can see him dialing in. I'll tell you, here it's just great to see, but you know, the Formager family runs deep. Here we go. Speaking of family, let's see what the pride of Paducah, Jonathan Hurst, has got here for Odi Bakchis. Look at that, Jonathan Hurst, fast racing, and all around. Woo! He sheds that carbon Kevlar bumper like it's just duct tape. No problem for Jonathan Hurst. Wow.
Going down here for that Bakchis camp. Odi will lead. Nick Novak giving chase, that Jerry Yang Racing BMW. Coming down the hill, Odi Bakchis initiates. Almost identical angle there from Bakchis and Novak. Now into that first outside zone. Look how settled that car is. Nick Novak almost has a beeline towards that second outside zone. Now attacks onto the second inside clip. And Odi Bakchis completes and rounds it out as Novak overshoots. Last night, they've been coming here for 13 years, so that's quite a bit of time as well. But we'd love to continue their success here today and tonight. Nick Novak, Odi Bakchis. Novak shreds off that back bumper. Odi Bakchis now chasing down Novak into that first outside zone. You can see now coming to that second outside zone. Here goes Nick Novak, gets into the dirt, but Odi Bakchis pedals back. Novak dives in on that second inside clip into the keyhole, now out to the touch and go in that final inside clip. So a bit of a lull in the action there. What kind of role does that play in their heads, man? And obviously the equipment, the cars, keep it fired up. Odi Bakchis, Chelsea to Nova. Odi Bakchis through that start chicane. Field suspension. S15 coming down the hill. Pennzoil, BC Racing, Mustang RTR Spec 5FG. BC Radio versus Ditto tires. Odi Bakchis, good angle there. In that first outside zone. Fairly similar angle there. Odi, you see him kind of dive in on Chelsea to Nova, not backing down. Coming through that second inside clip and exiting that keyhole. Now past that final inside clip. That was Bakchis. Denofa will lead. Pennzoil, RTR, Spec 5, FD. Big angle from Chelsea Denofa. Look at that, yanking on that handbrake. He is going for it. This is that X factor I was talking about. Was it too much? Was it too early? Let's take a look at it again. Shredding, the bumper budget going out the window. Big angle from Denofa. Odi Bakchis checks back. Look at that. These guys are throwing massive angle, big attitude, bumper line, clips going everywhere. Here we go. Odi Bakchis will lead. And again, Odi, Dylan Hughes. Odi qualified third, Dylan Hughes qualified sixth. So a fairly equally matched battle here. That LS Supercharged, S15 coming down the hill, past that inside clip. Dylan Hughes transitions back. Odi powers up the hill in the outside zone. Dylan Hughes keeping pace. How do they handle the outside zone two? Odi Bakchis barely flirting with the course edge. Really nice line by Odi Bakchis. Oh, look at that, Dylan Hughes barely losing that front left bumper. And now, that inside clip. You might want to tune in. Dylan Hughes, Royal Purple, O'Reilly Auto Parts, Rain X, GT Radial, BMW coming down the hill, the field suspension, S15 coming down, hitting that rumble strip. Both these guys, GT Radial, past that inside clip. Let's see how Dylan handles it.
Oh my God.
Odi Bakchis, look at the chase job here. He does come up a little bit short on outside zone one, but he is living so deep into the outside zone two by both of them. Very minimal mistakes. Oh, look at that. Odi falls back just a little bit. The dozer, massive angle there. Odi, it seems like I felt like his eyes got big when Dylan came past that touch and go. You saw that little...
And especially the old guard does not want to go away.
No.
They are still here to play.
No, here we go. Odi Bakchis leading, field suspension, GT Radial. S15, big initiation there from him. Past that inside clip. Hammers back down on the throttle. Hits that first outside. Look at that front right tire lift up. Oh, some shimmy. You saw a quick little correction there from Odi Bakchis. Forster pounces at that like a cat. You can can feel the force in that back end there for Odie Bakchis. He's running all 8. He'd love to be, as you say, Ryan, the GOAT. A first ever 4-time FD champion. Christopher Forsberg, NOS entering all new Z GT radial tires coming down the hill. Initiates using all the course. Gets out that rubble. Look at Odie Bakchis. Tucks it in that smoke signal. Back up the hill. Get to outside zone 1. Navigating outside zone 2. Forsberg fills all of it. Odie Bakchis is veering everywhere. Forsberg's going. Almost grinding in that GT radial door. Coming out of that keyhole.
Unreal.
Forsberg is dialed right now. Great chase job.
Odie out front. Castro, the chase position. Odie's going to initiate here. That supercharged LS. Good initiation by Odie. Quick to it. Castro, slow roll. Wow, wow. Are you kidding me? Look at this. Castro goes right to the side of Odie. He had to back. Oh, he straightens out. We got carnage.
That was a big bump.
That was a big bump there. Castro and Odie going to roll the tape back, but man, Castro, again, I feel like he just shows up here in Orlando in just such a grandiose fashion. So here we go, the second half. Remember, Castro went hard on the side of Odie. He was at fault, so Castro needs to throw down one heck of a run here as we initiate into that bank. These guys have been chilling or sweating it out for a little bit as Castro into that first outside zone, runs the line perfectly. Now Odie Bakchis, I have to assume, is going to kind of pedal it back a little bit, not an inactive chase, but play it smart. But now, there he goes, applying the pressure there. So unfortunately for Castro, I think with that big hit on that first run, it was pretty much over, unfortunately, before it's back. And then obviously with Pro expanding your team. You know, if you got one race truck, you can bring another race car. Here we go, big sparks flying out the back of James Dean's Ford Mustang. Odie Bakchis leading that field suspension, GT radial, pedal commander, Enios oil S&T. More sparks being thrown by James Dean. Whoa, look at that. The Irish driver hit the three-wheel motion, pulling that thing up, but Odie Bakchis continues on with James Dean in that rear-view mirror, the side mirror. Wall. It was down to the minute,
yes,
you know, in 32-16. So here we go. James Dean's leading AutoZone. RTR Spec 5 FD, and there goes Odie Bakchis. I told you, one of the best chase drivers, so comfortable behind the wheel of the S chassis. Wheel to wheel, tire to tire. Oh, buddy. I'll tell you what, I think they went tire to tire. Ooh. And Odie might have gotten too aggressive. Let's take a look at it. I mean, that's at first glance. He knows he needed to throw down, but was that too much? And when you go tire to tire, you can't counter. So as a chase car, you need to allow. 32. Robbie, again, elaboration on that.
Yeah, I mean, there's, you know, like I said, it's patchy condition right now on the surface, on the track, and maybe Osbo ran over something that was grippier than he was expecting, and the car lunged a little forward, got into the front left tire of Kangushi, and that was it.
And is this a side lap or is this battle? This is a battle. All right, going right into it. This is, again, Odie Bakchis, Diego Higa. Sorry, thrown off. Thought we were going with the side laps continuously, but no, not the case. Look at Diego Higa. We're talking about him showing up. Again, a Brazilian champion. Ryan Lantain has seen him with his own eyes in the native country of Brazil and seen how he can drive, but he's going against one of the best. That is Odie Bakchis now transitioning out of that. Again, and the supercharged LS under the hood of the S chassis. Odie Bakchis, field suspension. Here we go. Diego Higa initiates into that first outside zone. Good transition for both the drivers. Look at that. Odie Bakchis in that chase position. He has some wobbling here. So the rain wreaking havoc on some of our veterans, but then Odie Bakchis jumps right to the side of Diego Higa's ride into that final outside zone. Look at that. Odie Bakchis banging on the doors, grinding that GT radial on the side of that. Here we go. The one more time battle between Odie Bakchis. Again, we just saw Simon Olsen advance on. Who's advancing on here? Field suspension, GT radial, pedal commander, S chassis, or Diego Higa, the Brazilian star, coming now into Formula Drift Pro Championship. Look at that composure. Great job, Diego Higa, making his presence felt. Not looked like he almost got his door, but I don't think there was contact. Now to that last outside zone. Odie using all the course. You see almost flirting with that wall and keeping it off the wall. 2%, 95%. We just dial it up. And Tanner is so good at that, hence why he's a two-time champion. Here we go, Diego Higa. He is leading Odie Bakchis in that chase position into outside zone 1. Diego Higa using all of it. Odie Bakchis getting bathed in smoke, and that is a good sign that the course is drying out. Diego Higa gets into the dirt. He uses his wheel as a shovel, and look at that. We can see Odie Bakchis now chasing him down, transitioning past that inside clip into outside zone 3, Diego Higa. But Odie Bakchis, look at this great battle. Again, seeing the smoke. Yeah, all right, just to clarify, this is Odie Bakchis and Diego Higa. Here we go. This is Odie Bakchis and Diego Higa for a second, one more time. Again, the big fans are out, not just the drift fans, literally keeping the cars cool. They're all running hot. Odie Bakchis filling all that second outside zone. Diego Higa a little late to get into that second outside zone, but now, again, there's that contact. You saw that door flex, but fortunately, he hit him on the door, not the tire. That could disrupt both vehicles, as we saw earlier with Kazuya Taguchi and Dean Carnage Carney. And there you go, Diego Higa, again, making his presence felt on the door of Odie. Ooh, Diego Higa flirting with those cones. He's coming out hot. Guns are swinging, and so are the 86s. Diego Higa, JDM Supreme vehicle coming to that second outside zone. There's Odie Bakchis. Good angle. I think he's keeping a safe distance. Diego Higa exceeding the track just a little bit, but look at Odie Bakchis. Again, it's not necessary to hit the door. That's just giving you, again, a little love tap there into that last outside zone. Odie coming up a little bit short. Let's take a look at the true battle of the Royal Purple Top 16. We got the field suspension, GT Radial S chassis. That's Odie Bakchis out front. Ken Gushi in the chase position in that red 86. Here we go. Looks like Odie Bakchis filling that first, the second outside zone. Look at the smoke being kicked off. So again, looks like we got a dry course, my friends. Knocking over that inside clip. Now into that final outside zone. Filling all that zone. You could see denoted the zones there, Ryan. Passed on by at angle. Here we go. Ken Gushi initiates in that first outside zone. Gets all the way to that course edge. Well done there by the Monty's 3 Racing Toyota GR86. Odie backs off a little bit, but now he lunges forward. Again, showing a little bit of dominance there. He doesn't get all the way out in that second outside zone. Now he's going to transition into that front clip. Narrowly going by it. Not glancing it at all. In that last outside zone goes Ken Gushi and Odie Bakchis. They power through the finish line, and that right there is the white and orange field suspension. This S chassis, Ken Gushi in the GR86 Toyota. Now in that first outside zone, you see Odie Bakchis transition into that second outside zone, the big 180 degree, filling all that. So you see it denoted by the track edge and that white line on the inside. Past that inside clip, Odie Bakchis very tight to it into that third outside zone, getting all of the course. Gushi, not too shabby in that chase position. A little bit of chase. He really, he'll grind his wheel on the door. He's created quite a personality here as, there we go, Ken Gushi. Oh, wow, throwing some sparks there. Looks like Odie Bakchis is getting just right. Oh, and looks like Ken Gushi shuts her down.
Fingers crossed for that.
Awesome.
And yeah, so far, yeah, been very good. In Ireland, we managed to win.
Yeah.
In Sweden, we've been knocked out in top 32. So we'll see. Now the battle begins again.
Here we go. Odie Bakchis, Simon Olsen. Odie and Simon, almost simultaneous initiation in that first outside zone. There goes Odie Bakchis. See how they handle into that big 180 degree outside zone 2. Odie Bakchis, big angle there. Simon Olsen, great proximity. And you can see that. Look at Simon Olsen. Is he going to take out the boss? Past that inside clip into that final outside zone. Odie Bakchis, you can see his eye on the prize. Look at him just looking out that window. Really good composure. Hey, hats off to Simon Olsen. That was really, really good. Flag on. You can see the antenna on the roof of his S chassis. Here we go, field suspension. Pedal Commander. Vortex Supercharged LS. Olsen out front. Let's see how it initiates. Odie Bakchis, he obviously knows what these vehicles are capable of. Now transitioning into that second outside zone. Odie Bakchis, look at that. He's saying, hey, Simon, I built this car. I can crash this thing if I wanted to. I'll fix it. So coming now into that final outside zone. Some separation there between Olsen and Odie. Now Odie comes up short on that final outside zone. That was a very and waiting for, it looks like the lights are illuminating. Here we go. We're about to send it. Odie Bakchis, Simon Olsen leaving the start line. Odie will lead into that first outside zone. A lot of handbrake being pulled there by Odie Bakchis. Simon Olsen hanging out in the shadow. Simon now surges forward. Some good driving here. Again, identical setups, the S chassis, supercharged LS into that final outside zone. Odie just right on that line. Could be slightly deeper, but I mean, give it chase. Here comes Simon Olsen out of the gate. Into that outside zone. Look at that, tapping the wall. Goes Simon Olsen. Odie Bakchis transitions into that second outside zone. Good proximity. Again, dropping in that pocket. That's what I was talking about. I really love the way Odie, that's why I say he's one of the best chase drivers. He gets really deep and he mimics that angle so well. He could just really massage that S chassis and get it right simultaneously, just in sync, man. In these still moist conditions.
big battle here. If Odi Bakchis takes out Matt Field, who's pulling for him, you got Chelsea, you got Frederick Osbo, who's pulling for Odi Bakchis. Here they go to that first outside zone 1. Matt Field drops into formation, coming to outside zone 2. There goes that Field suspension S chassis. Outside zone 2, being filled. Very smooth is Odi Bakchis. Matt Field gives him a little bit of room, but isn't too much. Now comes back that exhaust note, firing off in outside zone 4. Hitting that wet pavement, but again, good proximity, good control. And again, Odi Bakchis seeming a lot more comfortable there on that. We go, Matt Field will lead. And Odi Bakchis give it chase. We got a clean start. GT Radials initiating that first outside zone. Ryan says a little wow, and Odi Bakchis, one of the best chasers in the business. Look at him drop back into the pocket. Matt Field, great transition into outside zone 2, and Odi cannot be shaken. A little bit shallow, just a little deeper. Now coming to outside zone 4. How's he going to manage? Both of them are in it. Looks like Matt Field exits it just a little bit sooner than expected. Know how big of repercussions this has. So you go from 16 to 4 right now. Odi Bakchis leads. Matt Field tucks into the pocket. The GT Radial smoke all over the track. And big angle there from Odi Bakchis. Matt Field maybe giving him too much room. He knows how good he is in the chase position. Now he surges in attack, going from 3 to 4 into that last outside zone. Here goes Odi Bakchis and Matt Field. Again, I heard you say it, careful, exactly. That's what they need to do because
Outside zone 2 and 3 here in the chase.
Here we go, Matt Field out front, and that Borla exhaust Corvette initiates. There goes Odi Bakchis. You talk about it, he bees about it. In that second outside zone, watch this transition. There goes Matt Field.
Much better.
He pedals it into outside zone 2, going to outside zone 3. Matt Field gets all the way out there. Good proximity by Odi Bakchis. He was much deeper than that first run. And look at Matt Field brings it in, and there is Odi Bakchis. So some great driving by both the drivers. Matt Gucci tapped out on his exit line. Ryan Turk had to complete his bye run, had 5-minute allotment, couldn't fix the car, so he doesn't have anybody to compete with. A bye run is showing that the car is capable of competing, so he will advance on, showing that. And as long as he makes it on through, no problem for him. And Odi Bakchis will advance on. Yeah. Here we go. Our first battle of the Type S Final 4. The Field Suspension S chassis. Odi Bakchis, Chris Forsberg in tow. Oh, Forsberg gets to the side, and we got body parts flying. Holy cow. You said we wanted to get a straight up shot, but man.
I should just stay quiet.
Yeah.
What I want to see.
Yeah, again. Front, Odi Bakchis in the chase position. Forsberg initiates, strongly battered and bruised, but definitely not knocked out. In that second outside zone, some gap being created here between Forsberg and Bakchis. And again, it looks like Odi's playing a tempered approach here in that final outside zone. Goes Forsberg, and there goes Bakchis. So, again, not exactly the most aggressive chase job, but that's exactly what it needed to do. That was, I believe, strategic more than anything.
So we felt that second run wasn't truly based on how it should have gone down, where he wasn't driving like a 100% run for that. So we decided to just go ahead and wash the whole thing and do it one more time for both drivers and get a clean run from both guys and have a fair battle here for the advancing driver.
I think it was a pretty clean-cut explanation, and again, shared fault.
Definitely
here we
getting
go.
your money's here tonight.
Yeah, you're getting your money's worth tonight. So we are seeing a call being reversed. So this is wash, null, and void. This is basically a rerun here. Odi Bakchis will lead, Chris Forsberg giving chase. Now we'll find out who is going against Frederick Osbo in the finals. Odi Bakchis coming through in that start chicane, now transitioning in, and then coming in that first outside zone. Chris Forsberg giving chase, transitioning now into that second outside zone. Goes Chris before it's Forsberg. Odi Bakchis, a bit of separation here between Odi Bakchis and Forsberg. Now coming to that last outside zone. Both of them transitioning fluidly into that last, again, zone.
You have to really wonder about the psychology of Odi Bakchis here.
Against Frederick Osbo in the finals. After a protest was implemented, here goes Chris on initiation, goes to that first outside zone. Odi Bakchis dropping into formation. Big, massive angle here from Chris Forsberg. Looks like he comes in on the inside, short sheets it a little bit, now into that third outside zone. Coming to that last outside zone, here comes Forsberg, here comes Odi. And it looks like Forsberg comes across, and Odi barely misses the nose.
There's definitely, as we take a close look, there seems to be a little bit of irony in the second half of this run. Watch Forsberg's lights.
All right, here we go. Odi Bakchis, Ryan Literal. Two S chassis, one with that supercharged LS and one with the RB. Here goes Odi Bakchis field suspension, S chassis. Ryan Literal dropped back there quite a bit. Look at how dialed Odi is. I mean, he's just on a tear. Works all the course, locks it up, just taps on in. Oh, here comes Ryan Literal. He surges forward in the outside zone 3. But Odi, unflappable. Just ripping and the tearing into the, Odi, momentum, man. Bakchis sitting 3rd in points with 1 and 2 going out. Here goes Ryan Literal. Is that too much room for Odi Bakchis? No, man, just say that. Look at that. And Ryan Literal, big angle there. Power stop breaks into that power alley. Nice execution by Ryan Literal. Oh, Odi Bakchis shoots in on the inside. An awkward line by Bakchis, very uncharacteristic, going from outside zone 2 to 3. Wow, so we talked, it's almost like he did. So we saw Simon Olsen, that'd be crazy, Olsen and Odi going against each other. But right now, Odi, he's gonna lead. Got that number 2 qualifying position. Now he's going against James Dean. Odi Bakchis, massive initiation. Well done, Dean rolling into it. Look at that, I mean, again, these S chassis of the field system. Oh, no! That could be 3 wheels off for Odi Bakchis. Overcooked it. Talking about his posture, but unfortunately, he tripped and stumbled. Wow.
Dean is in a potentially incredible.
Here we go, James Dean up front, across the nose of the vehicle. The AutoZone Mustang RTR Spec 5, James Dean. Every other RTR Mustang has a win. James Dean would love to get that. 3-time champion going against Odi Bakchis. Whoa, Odi Bakchis, look at that. Drops right in from outside zone 2 to 3. Look at this, right on the door. Whoa, doctor, are you kidding me? Look at that. Oh man, the place is erupting.
Let me play.
That was so sick.
Let me play out a couple scenarios here for you.
Bakchis here in the field suspension S15. The second one more time. They had one battle. They had another battle. This is the 3rd battle. They are going against each other. Odi Bakchis, Von Gittin Jr. in that first outside zone. Not leaving anything for discussion. Here we go. Odi Bakchis, don't leave it in the judge's hands. Odi Bakchis settled. Von Gittin Jr. You can see him going in that final outside zone. Woo! 16 cylinder just banging away into that outside zone. Odi Bakchis for the second one more time. Von Gittin Jr. coming down the pipe, Monster Energy and Ditto Tire, Ford Performance RTR, ready to rock. Into that first inside clip. Oh! Von comes out of drift. We're gonna have to take a look back. Was there contact or did he just snap back? That was very quick. So Odi Bakchis does not need to complete this run. He's going to though. And so let's run it back. What happened to Von Gittin Jr.? It just came out of drift, or was there contact here in the field suspension S15? The second one more time. They had one battle. They had another battle. This is the 3rd battle. They are going against each other. Odi Bakchis, Von Gittin Jr. in that first outside zone. Not leaving anything for discussion. Here we go. Odi Bakchis, don't leave it in the judge's hands. Odi Bakchis settled. Von Gittin Jr. You can see him going in that final outside zone. Woo! 16 cylinder just banging away into that outside zone. Jacob, I see you plugging your ears like you said. That maybe that chase car is going to make a mistake. Here we go. Simon Olsen out front. Initiates across the nose of the boss man, but he knows how capable these cars are. Simon Olsen past the inside clip. Simon into that first outside zone. Touch and go. Not a touch and go, but it is not as long and deep as this second outside zone. Some wavering there by Olsen. Odi Bakchis feeling confident. He had a little twitch there and backed off quite a bit. That is not going to favor Odi Bakchis. Little Padawan here of the Feel S15. In second. Odi definitely needs to. Goes again. Odi out front with the orange roof. Simon Olsen. He gets really aggressive past that inside clip, but definitely falls back. Now he's going to surge. So where Odi had that twitch and fell back, Simon Olsen is consistent, but he is back a few car lengths. Now come this last outside zone. Simon surges towards the end. Casper Canool, Ernie Fixmer. There's so many legends. As you know, we've seen them pass through these hallowed grounds, and I love underneath the bleachers the Hall of Champions.
Oh, I love
but
that.
right now, Odi Bakchis, Kazuya Taguchi. Here we go. Odi Bakchis will lead. Field suspension S15. Wow. Holy cow. I don't know if Kazuya Taguchi was buffering while Odi Bakchis left the line, but Odi just slingshotted out of the hole. This isn't a drag race, but now here we go into that second outside zone, and this is what you want to see. Just dialing in. This is the refinement that we're looking for. Odi is on an absolute tear. That car is on rails. X Factor level that takes you to get the real victory. You can see the lights are on. Once they extinguish, they are ready to go. Kazuya Taguchi out front. Again, gets the win over Maxfield earlier, playing spoiler. And there goes Kazuya and Odi Bakchis. So there's that proximity that we really are looking for. Judges all. Oh yeah, he kind of applied the pressure, had to back off. Now coming to the second outside zone. There goes Kazuya, now Odi. He dives in. You can see it dragging that wall. You can see Odi just chomping at the bit, lunging forward here and there, surging. Whew. The fans absolutely erupting, loving this right now. The energy here today, Ryan, we're talking about it. Everybody second spot. Here we go, Odi Bakchis and Christoph Splush for this battle. Odi in the white, orange, and field suspension all over, S15. This supercharged V8 against the V8 BMW of the HGK Latvian driver. Look at Christoph Splush, very aggressive in the chase position. And Odi putting down a heater of a lead run into the second outside zone, massive angle. Again, just another textbook run by Odi Bakchis. He is now a machine. I mean, he is just a robot. The way he just has just standings. Or is Christoph Splush gonna play spoiler? Christoph initiates. Right on the bank. And Odi Bakchis, you see him just shimming his way to the side of Blush. Let's see how they handle this inside clip. Now into that second outside zone. Here goes Blush. A little straightening there. That does allow Odi Bakchis to get up close to him. Knocking over that second inside clip and across the finish line. Ryan.
For Odi wins, they're in the top 3 of the championship.
Okay. Here we go.
Crazy.
Odi Bakchis.
That's insane.
Will lead. Odi Bakchis, James Dean. Odi, again, he's an unbroken record. I don't know how you say that exactly, but just absolutely consistent with this line. Now coming to that second outside zone, brings it in. But look at James Dean once again. Blowing minds. Hope he wore a hard hat because he is absolutely blowing minds right now. And Odi Bakchis in the chase position. Going to the big bang. Oh, backs it in. Backs in. The back bumper. You saw the trunk. And yeah, that was a great save by James Dean. Now coming to that second outside zone. Risks it. Big angle. Odi surging now. He says, anything you can do, I can do better. Grinding. Wow. Odi bumping and grinding into James Dean. Oh my gosh. Again, the crowd. Odi Bakchis in a chase position. One step closer to a perfect event. Nick Novak goes across the nose of Odi Bakchis. The nerves are running hot. But Odi Bakchis shaking that skirt. Nick Novak settled and forget it. Look at that. Into this inside clip. How are they going to manage? Past that knuckle, that Ryan Turk. Wow, Novak, perfect form. Absolutely drops into that second outside zone perfectly. Odi Bakchis knocking over that inside clip and past the lily pad. Going to get the win. Odi Bakchis, field suspension, GT rated. Keep those lights up. Let's keep it lit. Send it. Odi Bakchis initiates Nick Novak. Odi not as high up. Nick Novak, but he drops down. Maybe a little bit of timidness here into that second outside zone. Goes Odi Bakchis. Here comes Nick Novak. Novak back there quite a bit on the second outside zone. Odi past that inside clip, knocking it over and hitting that lily pad. Goes Odi, extinguish. There we go. Odi Bakchis leaves that start line. Both of them simultaneously initiating into the bank. Big angle there for Odi Bakchis. Ryan, what he did different there from that first run is the mistake that he made, right? Oh, wow, James Dean. Look at that, really close. on that inside clip, and this is where Dean really shined. And there he goes once again. Odie snaps it back across the finish line, so not as close. Then Irwin Dale, James Dean, Odie Bakchis, who's going to the finals. James Dean, that AutoZone Mustang RTR, goes into that first outside zone. Not as high as Odie Bakchis, slowly works his way up, but Odie right there. Look at him tucking in to that Ford Mustang. Now to that second outside zone. Here goes Odie Bakchis. Wow. That right there. Oh, and he backs off. A little bit of massage. Explodes that front bumper. Whew. But I'll tell you what, that great job by Odie Bakchis. That, I feel like when I win, because again, these three guys, Novak, Odie, and Dean will all be on the podium.